Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, a new game out by Game Labs, the folks behind Ultimate General Civil War, Ultimate General Gettysburg, Naval Action, amongst others. This is our second first look video. Yes, it's our second first look. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the land combat in the game. So in our first video, which was posted earlier today, we looked at naval combat in a very small naval engagement, the second battle in the British campaign. This will be the third battle in the British campaign, or fourth, depending on the order you play them in. But this is going to be a battle that looks largely at the land combat side of things. So land combat is an area that Ultimate General has a little bit more experience with, or sorry, Game Labs has a little bit more experience with, because they did Ultimate General Gettysburg and Civil War, which were land heavy. I feel like the land combat is very similar to those games, although I think formations and movement could be improved upon for this particular genre. There's a little bit of clumping in terms of units sort of bunching together. I don't feel like I have quite as many controls, and maybe this is my perception or memory being off, but I don't feel like there's quite as many controls for controlling your units in a sort of realistic or historical way. The flip side of that is the land combat in theory in this game is supposed to be more about like Marines and shore landings and attacking batteries and things like that, and smaller actions, and not as land combat focused. So I don't know, you take it or leave it. In any event, this was taken from a live stream from just last night on my Twitch channel. And let's just jump right back into this as we're about to start, and let's get going. You get the question mark is, there are different side quests that sort of automatically get simulated, that you don't command. They just sort of happen. So like that's what this side quest is up here. So it's like, I hear you collect rumors, Captain. I have a story for you. While watering our auxiliary vessel on the Pearl River, my midshipman reported hearing distant voices behind some rocks. The ship's surgeon believes it to be a case of heat exhaustion, but it was a cloudy day and we've heard rumors about native tribes holding gold gems in the local cave system. I would go myself, however I lack the necessary resources to do so and thus entrust you with the location. I'm still skeptical, but it's your decision. So essentially we can like send one of our ships to investigate this and there's a chance we get a reward, but we don't actually fight this particular battle. We're just going to jump into the land battle and see what happens here. And that's what the luck trait that we picked during our character selection was about, so that influences your success rate on those side missions. April 15th, 1780. A task force was sent into the jungle to gather supplies. We have no further news. After their last report 3 days ago, the Admiral ordered a rescue force to be assembled and dispatched at first light to find out what happened to our men. So we're going to go ahead and assign the Ashtir, or however you pronounce that. Can I assign the Butcher also? I'm not clear on... Because basically what I'm doing is I'm assigning crews here, but I don't know if I assign my corvette, if that influences my naval battle. A little bit torn on this one. Okay. Because I know for like those side quests, you typically can't assign a ship to a side quest because okay, so that's what happens. So if you assign a ship to a side quest, then that ship is gone for the duration here of one turn. As opposed to these battles, I believe you can reuse the ships between the different fights. The interface is a little confusing there, Gazra. Yeah, I agree. But let's jump into the land battle here. So we're going to go with the Marines in the first group. We'll have the Butcher here in the second. And I can also assign the Sean Mac here as a reserve. So our crews are going to get nice and slaughtered up in a land battle here before we actually start fighting with the enemy ships. So that's good. We're going to lose our experienced troops. Because casualties do carry over, by the way. Lead the advanced guard and reconnoiter the ground ahead. The main force and rear guard will follow shortly. Some of these troops, by the way, are not part of our crews, so we probably want to make sure they get slaughtered first. I believe anyway. I believe some of them are like AI troops or non-carryover troops. Your objective is to advance to the last known position of our task force. Yeah, use cover for sure. Advance cautiously. We cannot afford to lose contact with any more of our forces. Good luck, Captain. Jack Aubrey is sent ashore. Actually, this is more Richard Sharpsey. All right, so we've got these Marines. Jendo Farnby. Go ahead and move up there into the woods. Jets Marines, which apparently I spelled with the lowercase m and the rest is uppercase. Didn't notice that. I did the same thing for Garza's boys? I don't think that's the case. There must be some weird configuration thing in the game. Meanwhile, Horatio Nelson, my particular character, moving into the woods. Inglets move this way. Harvey move this way. So actually, these might all actually be our troops. I think you do get some reinforcements that are not on your ships, though. The Marines should be the cover. Agreed. Garza's boys and Jets Marines should be our cannon fodder here because we don't need them for the naval battle. Since they're on a cargo ship, they probably won't even be fighting. I'm not sure which ship these Marines are from. Inglets and Harvey, though, those are sailors, so we want to be more careful with them. Now, in the naval battle, or in the land battles here, you do have some options, some settings. You can create a group, which I'm assuming is like creating a brigade. Set your troops to offensive or defensive mode, giving the AI control of them. Halt, double quick, which will obviously exhaust them but make them move faster. You can order a charge, a fallback, or you can order them to detach some skirmishers to see what's out there. So we're going to go ahead and have the Marines detach some skirmishers as well. And skirmishers move quicker, they don't take as many casualties, they kind of let you screen your forces. Garza's boys, get up there. I think there's going to be some troops on these hills, these heights, but I could be wrong. I don't want to move down an open causeway. Enemy sailors are up here, boys. The Marine skirmishers have engaged. These enemy troops are in the woods as well. Oh god. They got shattered real fast. Well, we just lost like 17 men. Garza's boys, go sweep those sailors out of the woods. Jets, Marines, get into this cover and cover this ford. It looks like there's a crossing here. I don't see any movement on the high ground. Jets, engage! Engage them, my lads. Garza, swing south, support jet. Flank the bastards. Nelson, you hang back. Inglets and Harvey, you're coming up. These are light enemy forces, just a handful of troops. Jet, you're not in much cover. But you've got like 5 times their number. And Garza, you're going to come down on their flank. Meanwhile, these Marines are in pretty, what I would think would be better cover than the game looks like it wants it to be. Charge those sailors. This mission's annoying and a bit drawn out. Maybe. How refined is the land combat over Ultimate General Civil War? Southern, it's a little bit more basic land combat, I think. I wouldn't say it's an improvement over Ultimate General. It's a little bit different, but I don't really feel like it's improved. I'm really curious to see how they handle Ultimate General American Revolution or 1776 or whatever they end up calling that game, because that has the potential to be really interesting, but I think they're going to have to improve. You know, they're going to need to go back to the Ultimate General sort of Civil War approach for some of the commands and combat. I don't think this is refined enough for a game that focuses exclusively on land combat. Whereas, you know, this game's in theory supposed to be a naval game with land combat as opposed to a land combat game with, you know, well, I don't even know if they're going to have naval combat. Our main force is approaching. These Marines, I think, are not on any of our ships. The Fusiliers I don't think are on any of our ships either, but I'm not really sure. Alright, so we drove the enemy back. Garza, I want you to go across this creek and then advance north. Harvey, advance along this roadway. Jet, advance along this roadway. And Nelson, advance along this roadway. I love the click and drag feature of the Ultimate General games, by the way. It's like very Atlas-y, but it's also just a joy to play with. Like, it's so easy to use. The interesting thing with this particular fight is there is no timer, so we kind of can take as long or go as quickly or as slowly as we want to. Movement to the west, perhaps. I would suspect it was fleeing soldiers. I kind of thought having skirmishers would be wise, but they got routed so fast. We're going to slowly march across this stream in no particular formation order. I think that's one of the things that bothers me the most about this game is the way the units move. Like, I wouldn't think any of these guys are soldiers. They're all just kind of globbed together. There's no column formation or anything like that. Yeah, Southern, I'd agree. The maps and in general, this game looks nice. I don't think Ultimate General Civil War was a 3D game. Wasn't it 2D sprites? That's probably why some of the maps look a little bit better. I think those are all hand-drawn 2D maps. Which there is a nice little sort of almost like comic book appeal, in my opinion, to sprite-drawn maps, but... The troops are coming up, my lads. Thanks, Jet. Good to see you. Your boys got across. Or no, Garza's boys got across with no issues. Not Jet. Jet, you're moving up the main road. Garza's supporting the column flanking on the left side of the river. Yeah, young thuggers. You know, I don't know if you ever played Sid Meier's Gettysburg, which I still think is the best game Sid Meier ever made, but I'm probably the only one who thinks that. But Sid Meier's Gettysburg, he talked about in an interview years ago about how, like, that game was largely inspired by picking up, I think, like, I forget what the name of it was, but it was like this old, like, hand-drawn Civil War atlas that had, like, hand-drawn figures for soldiers. I forget what the name of the books were, but it was like this old, again, it was like a coffee table type book that was an atlas of different Civil War battles, but it had like individual like sprite drawn figures for the soldiers in the battles, and it just had this very, you know, he said he was inspired by this, and it would make it was like American, oh my god, I can't remember the name of the fucking books, and it's gonna drive me crazy. But essentially it was like these atlases that kind of had like individual soldiers drawn on them. Men in cover. Jet, stay out in the open. Oh shit, dragoons. LaPont, come up. Boys, get up there. They're taking friendly fire. Our long, drawn-out column. Garza, engage these sailors. Actually, just charge them. Oh, God. Enemy horsemen. Stop shooting. Just charge the bastards. Don't shoot through the rear of your own men. My sailors are taking casualties that I don't want them to take. Jet, go charge these regulars. Kick them out of their position. Ooh. Okay, so we shattered that enemy force on the left bank of the river. Garza, keep moving up that flank. I think it was like American Heritage was the name of the atlas. Anyway, long story short, Sid Meier talked about being inspired by that, and that largely is where he got sort of the inspiration for Sid Meier's Gettysburg, which, if you are unaware, was a classic real-time tactical war game made in 1997 about the Battle of Gettysburg. And in many ways, you can see the influence of that game in Ultimate General Gettysburg. All right, these Marines took horrific casualties. I really hope those Marines aren't on any of our ships. All right, Jet, go get those guns. I want to capture those guns. Nelson's lost 30 men too. We're losing casualties I don't want to lose. Borex Henry the Horrible, thank you for the follow. Saint Hamster, thank you for the follow. Lieutenant Horatio Nelson is wounded. No, that's me. Von Reich, thank you for the follow. Or fun, that is. The guns are ours. Friendly fire. Why is anybody shooting at that range? Just melee the bastards. All right, Jet. Take 50 of your boys. Take possession of those guns. Who's shooting? Just get your damn bayonets out. Regulars have surrendered. There used to be an option, by the way, where you could like have the captured enemy troops march off the map, but then there was also the option basically to kill them all because you didn't want to deal with prisoners, which would be kind of funny. The artillery is firing on those troops that are pulling back. So the artillery jet, you've got 50 of your troops assigned to the artillery. We've driven the enemy out of this position, but we lost way more men than I wanted to. Jets Marines lost 32, which is fine because they don't man the ships. But HMS Sean Max Blake unit lost 7. Inglis's troops from HMS Butcher lost 40. Nelson's boys lost 55 off of HMS Butcher. That's like a third of our crew off of HMS Butcher. Get back on the road, boys, and march north. Get those guns moving too, Jet. Oh, I'm aware, Sean Mack. I've played this one before. Jamtol, thanks for the follow. This is the option here. Destroy unit. Eliminate all enemy soldiers. But you get points for capturing troops, so I don't think I want to do that. I'll just leave them in the rear. They can be liberated by their compadres, by the way. Gazra, advance to the ford near this town. Men spotted? Where are they? I don't see anybody. Can prisoners be forced to crew your ships? No, just not, but you can do like prisoner exchanges, which I think give you money or prestige or something like that. This is a very cramped highway here. Can we take a second and talk about Prussia and how great their army is? Why? I feel like Prussia's a bit overrated. Not at Waterloo. They did great there, and they don't get enough credit there. But generally speaking, there's like this wereaboo mythology around Prussia's army, which I don't think is terribly warranted. Was Prussia's army really any better than Russia in the Napoleonics? I don't think so. 20 regulars. Yeah, but Frederick the Great's military formations got obliterated by Napoleon. He was great for his time. But like by the time of the Napoleonics, they were still fighting with Frederick's army and it just got whomped. Womp, womp, womp. Garza's boys gave one good volley to those Spaniards and they went running. Or Gazra. I keep saying Garza. Jet, get your boys up there. Those regulars. Show them what's what. Gazra. Give them another volley. That's true. Most nations did get spanked by Napoleon. I don't want to race Harvey up here into God knows what. Fusiliers. Is that everybody? Is everybody up there? Okay, yeah. Also, really, it's raining? I hope you guys are keeping your powder dry. Jet, go charge and flank these boys. Let's eliminate this unit. Take, make, ready, prison, fire! The regulars have routed, my lads. Donde Colonde attack. Nelson is wounded. I'm assuming that will carry over into the naval battle. I mean, maybe the defenders did. Oh, we can destroy them. We can kill all the enemy. I don't know who's going to do the killing. Just like they just drop dead because we tell them to. No war crimes here, though. I want those prisoners. Artillery, get up there. We're going to get pushed into a defensive scenario once we take this town. That's the way this particular battle fights. Is there a time compression or anything? Anybody know? Oh, down here. Lull. Move faster, lads. Turbo speed. We've taken the town, or the camp. It's the Russian unicorn that's overrated. I don't know. The Russians were pretty damn good soldiers in the Napoleonics, in my opinion. But what do I know? Convert the prisoners to new crew. Don't think I can do that. The camp was found abandoned. Our men are either dead or have been captured by the Spaniards. Our scouts have reported that the Spanish are sending reinforcements. It seems those supplies were bait to lure us away from the main force around Santa Cruz. Yet those supplies are in dire need, and all there is to be done is hold our position. The Spanish attack is imminent. We must hold the ground and repel the attackers. Our rear guard is delayed. Let's hope that they have not lost their way in bad weather and will soon arrive. God be with us. Right, so let's pause here for a second. So are there any like defensive works I can use? Doesn't look like it. All right. So Garza, get your troops into those woods up here facing that roadway. Harvey, you get into this woodway. I mean, I don't really know where they're going to be coming from other than it seems to indicate they're coming from all directions. These Marines. I mean, I really don't know. I think the houses give you cover, right? Cannon to the center to cover the clearing. I mean, maybe. I can use the captured artillery, absolute. So Jets, Marines, 50. These are captured cannons that I'm using. I don't know what happens if Nelson dies. I don't know if he can die. All right, so we're going to have a good amount of strength in the north, I think. So these 60 troops here, 140, 64. These Fusiliers, I think, need to point rearward. They're not on any ship, by the way. These guys are just free troops. So I can use them a little bit more recklessly, I think. Let's have them guard this way pointing south. I'm guessing there's some troops that are going to come from the right as well. So we'll put these sailors in this wood pointing this direction. These Marines are also not on any particular ship. So let's maybe move them down to the ford down here if there's enemy troops that might be crossing. And we'll see what happens. Le Pont. I guess these buildings don't give you cover because it says they're in zero cover. These sailors will guard these guns. They're also just sailors that apparently have no ship assigned to them. Thank you, God. Our rear guard has arrived. Okay. Sailors should make good gunners. Yeah, maybe. All right. So these troops are in pretty good cover. I would have thought it would be a little bit better than that, but this is kind of a mess of a makeshift line. Let's deploy these guys to the north. Marines cover the flank. These sailors deploy over here. Is that a ford? I don't think it is. These Marines deploy guarding this section, along with Nelson. These guys are guarding the road. The Fusiliers and sailors are guarding the right. Harvey and LaPont kind of guarding the road down the center, but also kind of a reserve for the rear. I mean, we're leaving quite a few troops in the trees to ambush the roads all around us. Let's go ahead and fast forward here. I don't know if these regulars are going to get liberated or whatnot. Spanish troops have arrived. Well, that's enemy artillery. Jet, go take it. Let's go ahead and move back to slow. These enemy troops, 200 soldiers are coming in. Oh, God. Maybe don't do that. Jet, charge. Go take the guns. There's only 200 troops in support. I didn't send you to your death, Jet, I swear. Oh, we're routing. LaPont, move north. Harvey, engage on the flank. These sailors also move into the rear. We'll leave the Fusiliers to guard the right. I feel like my best units aren't even in where the fight is, but I think the enemy troops show up on sort of on all sides. Jet, you're taking a lot of casualties here, but you're doing good work. You've inflicted almost 2-to-1 losses on the enemy. You've routed their artillery. Garza, you've fallen back to the town, I guess, but just hold there. Sailors move up this way. All right, can you run away now, Jet? I don't want you to die, like get perma-routed, which I'm worried you're about to. All right, these Fusiliers move north to support. These Marines move over here. And sailors would cover that flank. I feel like the enemy should be coming from more than one side. All right, so we did drive these regulars back. Inglis is wounded. He's lost 70 men. I'm losing a lot of sailors here. Move forward. Rear's flanked. Pull back, Inglis. Ven, this game comes out tomorrow. It's leaving early access tomorrow. More troops are coming from the west? Well, good thing we've got the Marines stationed here then, lads. Engage those settlers. Enemy artillery coming down this way. Marines, go take those guns. I really want to move those troops back north to see if we can't retake the guns that Jet's boys bravely assaulted. We have no reserve on this river line, by the way. Just Nelson. You're outnumbered better than 2-to-1. Blake, you head down here to help out the Marines. Hey, Marines, go charge those guns. Go take those. All right, we are engaging those sailors effectively to the north. Down by the river, these Marines they're in cover and they're not even doing much. Enemy spotted at the south. Shit. All right, you engage these guys. Stay in those woods. Go take those guns, Marines. Sailors head south. Harvey, go take those guns. I don't know if there's more enemy troops up here. I really don't want to bring Nelson closer, but I feel like I need the firepower. All right, these guns should be ours. Yep. Nice. Okay, so we took one battery over here. Garza, have your boys flank. These Fusiliers have good stamina. So we're going to drive these regulars back. I'm going to have the Fusiliers move forward and take these guns. More? Good God. Go charge them, Garza. The Pont. RV, charge on the flank. These sailors charge here. These Fusiliers flank these bastards. Nelson, you're going to come back here and hit these sailors who are trying to come up behind me. These Marines are in cover and they're losing worse. They're doing worse than they got. Maybe it's their weapons. Oh, God. All right, so these Fusiliers coming up, firing into the flank of those settlers did a good job here. More enemy artillery, huh? How many guns can we capture here? Although they look, those are the guys we drove off the guns before, I think. Pont, go take those guns. Sub-Lieutenant Rayshford Blake is killed. No! Where was this? Blake's boys. Charging from the rear. Garza, charge into these regulars. Charge those sailors. Just everybody charge. Fix bayonets, boys. Did those captured troops? They're still under our control, those 48 men. I think we've won, lads. It's not been pretty. Sean Mack's leader was killed. But I think we've won. Warm work today, lads. More settlers coming in here. Fusiliers going over here to engage these guys. I'm not sure why they're settlers. Like, why are they armed? What are they doing? Also, settlers versus Fusiliers. Probably not a great matchup there. Pound them, lads. Pound them. Make them regret that they were ever born. Good call. Move those cannons to the south for support, perhaps. They are already firing that way. John Weston is wounded. We're going to have no one left to command our ships in the naval battle. Perhaps it would have been wiser to fight that battle first. Blake's unit, despite having him killed, have only lost 15 men. And they're holding that southern ford there splendidly. Charge them, boys. Garza, go take the regulars. Love to take their supply wagons. All right, so we captured those sailors. Which guns do I have to unlimber? I think they automatically do that themselves. These enemy Marines. Boom! You just shot the... Those weren't the most effective shots, perhaps. Charge! Into the breach, my lads. Into the breach. Who are they even shooting? Oh, they're shooting at... There's more troops coming up. Fuck. Reserves, lads. Reserves. Give them the cold steel, lads. Drive them back. All right, so... Hey, Garza, good job. You held the north. Enemy artillery is shattered. We've captured at least 2 enemy batteries. I think 3. That'll be useful in buying new troops, because God knows I'm going to need to get some new recruits in here. We've got to hold for 30 more minutes. I like these troops are just like, we're in the swamp, lads. Let's engage in line of battle. There you go. A nice artillery shot there. These settlers really? No, they're routing. Their morale's too low to engage in melee shots. Artillery firing over the heads of troops. I don't know if I'd trust those rounds not to be wild. Well, boys, we've done our duty. If I had some cavalry, I'd ride down their supply wagons. I'd love to stack wipe them. Are they coming back? Good God. Oh, did we lose those guns? Did those guns move forward and then we lost too many men? Why did I didn't tell them to move there, did I? Oops. Take those guns out of here, Jet. I didn't tell your men to move forward like that. The AI is really dumb in this game. They can be. All right, so we've got just a few more moments. I think almost all the AI is dead. So they're just going to keep attacking and falling back and attacking and falling back, maybe? Oh, there's some more settlers here. But then they run into a gun line and naturally they retreat. Garza, can you... That's the edge of the map. Can you go get that supply wagon before our time runs out? No, it's going to be too fast for you. We shattered that enemy marine unit, though. All right, well, that was a victory. Not a pretty one, but a victory. So, at the end of the day, we deployed 855 men. We lost, and we had 875 infantry, or troops. So about 1,700 total troops. We lost about 500 men, so just less than 1/3. Oh my God, we lost 499 of our crew, of our sailors. We lost half our sailors and almost half our army. The enemy lost 1,100 men, so they lost more, about the same number of men, but they lost 11 guns? No. We took more guns than that. I don't quite understand the breakout of some of this data. Goods. We captured 8 enemy 4-pound brass cannons. Officers. Raysford Black killed. Jean Lapont promoted. Jolin Harvey lost? What does that mean? He's not dead, but he's lost? You're lost, sir. You're lost. Did he go mad? And then Paige Inglix is wounded. So what does that mean? He's just missing? Like he's just like wandered off? Passed out somewhere? Okay, so did we have any units of our own that were destroyed? I don't think so. We suffered heavy casualties, but I don't think we had anything actually destroyed. It doesn't look like it. The enemy had several. Okay, so we won the battle. Wasn't pretty, but we won the battle. Desertion? Absolutely. You think he deserted us? Sure hope not. In any event, that's going to do it for this episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed our first look here at Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, a game which came out on Steam today. It's been on Steam in early access for a little while, but it is fully released as of today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're interested, there's a link in the description to the Steam page. But as always, until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.